Welcome, everybody, to the Fantasy Freestyle podcast. This is going to be my weekly show that I'm doing just for our league, Legends of the Gridiron, where I'm going to review our fantasy box scores, discuss trades, go over good starts, bad starts, as well as release our weekly power rankings. On this week's episode, since we haven't actually started the season yet, draft coming up on Sunday, we're going to discuss some top historical league performances, as well as some power rankings going into the season with a quick review of each team. All right, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get it started.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, to get things started off, I just want to say a great big thank you to everybody that's taking part in the league, both everybody that's been in it for a while, as well as our two new people joining this year. One of them is Henson, who's been my friend for a while. His name on our fantasy season is going to be Aphrodite's TTs. I noticed he had a picture of the Titans logo on his fantasy avatar. So I asked him, "Oh, I didn't know you were a fan of the Tennessee Titans." And, well, actually, I guess it just turns out he was a fan of TDs. So, welcome, Henson, to the league. And also, Christo. Christo has been in the league before. His name is Chris, everybody. I know you guys see the weird Bulgarian name on there. He's a cool dude. He speaks English, I promise. And he's been in the league for a while. And today we're going to be discussing some league history. Since we haven't actually started the league off yet, the draft is coming up on Sunday. I'm just going to go ahead and discuss some top stats, some league champions, and then we're going to go over our power rankings going into the league. So we're now going into our 6th season as a league together. Our champions so far have been Cody, me, Edwin, Eric, and Edwin. Some honorable mentions are Raul, who always seems to be close but never quite gets there, as well as Donnie, who just joined the league last season and ended up going into the championship. All right, so we're going to go over our top team season performances. Keep in mind, all of these stats are from 2018 and forward. We don't have any stats from 2017. Number 1 is myself. Number 2, Edwin from 2019. Come to look at it, he finished 3rd overall in that season. 3rd top scoring team performance per season is actually Cody from this last year that just happened, 2021. Number 4 is Greg from 2019. Greg is a Chiefs fan, and actually that was the second year that Mahomes was a starter down there in Kansas City, so it doesn't surprise me at all. Now let's talk about some top weekly performances in league history. Number 4, Greg in 2018. Another Patrick Mahomes fire performance, I'm sure. Number 3, Edwin in 2021, this last year. I'm not surprised because that's the year where he ended up being the champion. Number 2, Raul in 2019. Number 1 overall weekly performance in our league, Eric, 196.4 in a week. That's one team putting that up. I mean, rest in peace for whoever played against you in that week. They didn't just get murdered. They literally got mummified. Now they're going to have to live in our league's history forever as the top scored on team. I'll go ahead and spare the embarrassment for right now and not mention any names. Coming up, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. The power rankings. So these are our power rankings going into the season. I'm going to be releasing these once a week, but these are right now based off of last year's performances. At number 10 is Donald, who is no longer in our league. Number 9 was Raul with the finishing record of 6 and 8. Number 8 was Eric with the finishing record of 4 and 10. That was actually pretty surprising, seeing as he was one of our former league champions. I expect a bigger outcome from Eric going into this season. Number 7, Greg with the teeter-totter 7 and 7 finishing record. He had another comeback season this season. He started off pretty bad. I think he was 2 and 5. Worked his way up into 7 and 7 and just barely missed the playoffs. I know going into this year we can expect a lot more coming out of Greg. So watch out for Greg on your schedules, guys. Number 6 is Vaughn with a finishing record of 8-6. He's a Chargers fan, normally another powerhouse team in our league. Looks like this year he just barely made it into the playoffs. I think he finished lower than he should, just like the Chargers. Number 5, Timothy, who's no longer in our league. Comeback player of the season. He started off 2-5, ended up going 7-7, made it into the playoffs, and ended up 5th overall. Number 4, Cody, aka the Chef. Most of you may not know him as that, but I'll always remember him as the Chef. The reason why we call him that is because he made some shitty pot brownies one time. The stuff that's good enough to get you a nickname. His record was 9-5 overall, and he actually finished the season with the highest total score on the season. So good job to you, Chef. Number 3, myself. My team this season is going to be called Pandora's Cornhole. Talk about things that you don't want your quarterback being known for. I mean, there's Deshaun Watson, and then this is a really close second. I mean, cornhole is probably the only professional sport that you can play to make sure that you don't get any. Chess players probably get more action than professional cornhole players. Anyway, second overall in our power rankings entering the season is Donnie, new to the league, Bengals fan with the win-loss record of 8-6, carrying him all the way into the final. Actually, I don't know if he's good at fantasy or if he just had all the Bengals on his roster, but I guess we'll see going into this season. And number 1, Rams fan. Normally he's a powerhouse team. Whenever I see that I have to play Edwin on my schedule, I know I got to prepare. So Edwin, win-loss record of 8-6, number 1 going into the season. Don't let us down, buddy. You better set the bar, and everybody's going to be coming to try to beat you. And that's our top 10 power rankings going into the season. And actually, that's the end of our podcast for the week. So I'm going to be doing one episode of these once a week. I'll share the link with you guys directly in our group chat. Go ahead and tune in and follow along for league announcements, box scores, trades, good starts, bad starts, and power rankings. Our league draft is on Sunday. So I wish the best of luck to everybody. Sincerely, let's have a great season. I love the competitive nature of our league. Let's go ahead and put another one in the books. All right, that's it for this week. Peace out, everybody. I'll catch you next week on the Fantasy Freestyle Podcast.
Thank you.